Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here. Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here.
Leon. Hendricks. Knocking on door.
Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here.
We need to, what we need to do is do like a video where Leon's at a door.
Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here.
And you just stand behind him with an amp and get the Zaniac John to whip out a massive guitar riff. And we're just standing behind him next to John with Leon. Here. At the door.
Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here.
What was that movie where the dude was holding the boombox over his head?
Say anything.
There you go, that's what we should do.
Channel 8. We know you're here.
This message is for Dr. Bastow. This is Leon Hendricks from Target 8. Does he know we're trying to get a hold of him?
He knows.
Sore knuckles. It's about all we got in our quest. Sore knuckles. Sore knuckles. Leon, from his door. Both homes. Know you're here. Damn it. Knuckles. 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 What? Back. Over.
He knows.
Sore knuckles. Leon.
He knows.
Sore knuckles. It's about all we got in our quest to find the doctor accused of operating here at what police called a pole bar illegally. It's the office at 6990 114th Avenue in Glen. Here's how to challenge the office of Dr. Bradley Bastow. We've learned that a medical emergency here last Thursday prompted the warning from county authorities on Friday. Today, we got a first look inside the building, medical equipment in the back, and this sign. This medical office has been recognized for excellent risk management practices that enhance patient safety and promote quality care. How could that be with all that's going on? We'll come back to that.
Okay, he's like a full expose, isn't it? He does come back to that because that sign says we're great, and that means we'll come back to that.
Problems with this building have been ongoing since Dr. Bastow bought it in 2015. He took out a permit in May of last year to change it from storage use to a medical office use. But he only did that after he was already using it as such, officials said, and he'd started construction without the permit. Since then, he's failed inspection 3 times, most recently last Monday. Yet today, medical staff took calls and patients showed up for treatment.
I've been hearing all this crap on the news. It's crazy.
This man is a supporter.
What the news need to go through to make a story is unreal. My doctor's office in there. Thank you.
Sir, I expect that old-timer saying, by the way, what are you doing here? Who do you think you are coming around here?
He has like one of those oxygen tanks.
Yeah, he does. I don't think he's getting a light bulb.
Showed up for treatment.
I've been hearing all this crap on the news. It's crazy. What the news need to go through to make a story is unreal. My doctor's office in there. Thank you.
Bastow's address is listed at this log home in the area. A Lincoln in his name parked out front. Curtains rushed closed after we knocked, but no one came to the door. And that sign, commending the office for its excellence in risk management and safety.
So there's that sign he was talking about?
He's getting back to it now.
Listen, I like how he put a pin in that. I'll come back to that later after my knuckles heal up.
Commending the office for its excellence in risk management and safety practice, the American Physicians Assurance Corporation supposedly awarded that, a company that was bought out and ceased to exist 7 years ago in 2010. This pole building was bought by Dr. Bastow in 2015.
So you hear that? He started using that deal in 2015. The organization that has that endorsement, it ceased to exist in 2007. So he like printed it off and like just put it in the window. I can print that off. Hey guys, this room right here has that same approval.
You know, the staff had no comment.
Do not film me. Please leave, okay? If you have anything to say, doctor's not here. That's it, okay?
But promised to be open in the days ahead, something township officials have been trying to stop as long as this building doesn't meet code. The state licensing authority for doctors is now investigating. Near South Haven, Leon Hendricks.
Near South Haven.
24-hour news 8.
He needs to start on his tag. I'm Leon Hendricks, 24-hour news 8, and just embrace his largeness and always bandage up. I'm Leon Hendricks. That's got to fight. And I'm over the door. And I'm good.
County health and sheriff officials put out an alert asking any patients who might have been infected to come forward. Now, county and state authorities say none have at this point.
Did you get
But we will
anything
be
for it?
following this situation closely.
Now, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not clear on. Why is this guy getting harassed so much other than...
Well, there was apparently what they're not really going into is what was the incident that happened.
I think that's very important. I think maybe that's why Leon was knocking.
All new at 7.
Maybe that's why it started like...
Doctor, it's Leon from Channel 8. We know you're here.
Message is for Dr. Bastow. This is Leon Hendricks from Target 8. Does he know we're trying to get a hold of him?
You know.
Sore knuckles. It's about...
More of the best of the Eric Zane Show in just a few minutes on 107.3 WBBL.
Good thing this is a holiday Monday because we have scattered outages of traffic signals. Very light traffic, not much of danger, but still is some. Need to be especially alert for any intersections that have traffic signals that are out. Of course, state-sponsored construction zones are still in effect, but no workers are on site. So going through construction zones like 14 mile, 17 mile, you can use the 60 mile an hour speed limit around West 17 traffic.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. Post your next job opening on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. The sun is shining, and it's time for some golf at Stormy Creek in Kenwood. Stormy Creek Golf Course is West Michigan's most family-friendly facility. Their course is very forgiving for children, women, and seniors, while still providing plenty of challenge for lower handicap players. With fun new events such as glow-in-the-dark golf and couples 9 and 9, Stormy Creek is the place to be. So if you enjoy golf, being outdoors, and spending time with family and friends, then come check out Stormy Creek in Kenwood on 36th Street and online at StormyCreekGolf.com. Happy 4th of July from your friends at Sweet Deals. While they last, get $56 in certificates from Rebounders and Jemison for only $14, $50 in certificates for only $12.50 at Jack's Smoke and Sandwich Shop on Cascade Road in Grand Rapids, plus $50 for nothing but certificates for only $25 while they last, and 6 rounds of golf at 6 West Michigan courses with dirt for only $69.
Great deals going on now during Menards Price Strike Sale. Great Lakes refinished hardwood flooring is a durable option that adds an attractive appeal to your home. It's beautifully crafted and offers a timeless look. 3/4 inch by 3 inch refinished solid oak hardwood flooring comes in 2 finishes. Only $349 a square foot. Or check out 3/4 inch by 3 inch solid hickory hardwood flooring, $399 a square foot. During Menards Price Strike Sale.
Here's what's happening on the huge show that airs weekdays at 3 right here on 107.3 NGR. Coming up on Tuesday night, July 11, you can join me for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game with Tommy Bryan at the Bryan Steakhouse and Grill on South Division near 44th Street. Then on Thursday, July 13th, I'll be broadcasting live from Fifth Third Ballpark with the Tigers Class A farm affiliate, the West Michigan Whitecaps. And then on July 20th, I'll be back at Fifth Third Ballpark, 7 p.m. It's the annual Miller Lite Field of Dreams baseball game. The Huge Show team taking on the Eric Zane Show team. Admission is free. And on that Thursday night, July 20th at 7 p.m. And then coming up on Friday, July 21st, I'll be broadcasting live from Maple Hill Golf in Granville. And remember, 24/7, hear our podcast and stay in touch with the show at thehugeshow.net.
Hear that? That's the sound of Michigan's first waters, forests, and wildlife. Natural resources that have helped shape our outdoor heritage. Carefully managed so that moments like these
Mom, look, the deer.
continue to be here for generations. Learn how dedicated people manage Michigan's outdoors together at hereformioutdoors.org.
Sponsored by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters and Michigan Wildlife Council.
Hospice of Michigan is bringing hockey